Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful R.A. Bar Stadium. This is Benji Finsky alongside my broadcast partner Ryan McCullough and our producer-engineer Erwin Perez. We are coming to you live from Marshfield, where tonight the Blue Jays play host to the Monett Cubs. Join us for the Big Baldy's Backwoods Barbecue pregame show. When we return after this brief timeout, you are listening to the Monett Cubs on KKBL Radio, part of the Talon Sports Network. Welcome to the Big Baldy's Backwoods Barbecue pregame show. If you're out and about or heading home for the evening, stop by Big Baldy's and fuel up on great barbecue or a loaded baked potato. Big Baldy's, just off Highway 60 in Monett. It's week number 4 of the 2022 campaign, and Monett is on the road for the third time this season. The Cubs, under the guidance of first-year head coach Ethan Lewis, are 0-3 following last week's 49-0 road loss at Lamar. They're looking to get their offense on track tonight in search of that first win. Marshfield, under coach Cody Bull, is 1-2 on the season after getting their first victory last week against Hollister. The Blue Jays come in tonight's game tied for third in the Big 8 East. At this time, let me bring in my broadcast partner, Ryan McCullough. Ryan, the Cubs have scored 1 touchdown in their first 3 games, and they really ran into a buzzsaw last week at Lamar. So tell me, what are the keys for Monett to get their first win of 2022 here at Marshfield?
I think first it's going to start with them winning the field position battles. They've started deep in their own territory for most of the season. They need defensively needs to get some stops quickly and open up some good field position for the offense, and then they need to finish drives without getting penalties or stalling out the drives.
Yeah, this is a team, the Monett Cubs, that is averaging under 200 yards of offense per week. They've caused one turnover, and I think another key tonight is to win the turnover battle and try to set the offense up with shorter fields. We've seen the Cubs be able to drive the ball from 20 to 20, but not being able to finish it. So I think getting some turnovers. They've had one turnover for the first 3 weeks. They need to get more tonight.
Absolutely, that's going to be a big factor for them, especially if they can get one early, and that's also something that helps you with the field position. If they can get a turnover in the Marshfield territory and get a good starting position for their offense, it could really help them put points up early.
This is a team that has only completed one pass in the first 3 weeks, so I think adding something to the passing game might give the offense some additional benefits as well.
Absolutely. If they could get the short passing game going a little bit more, it would give Madrid more, of a warm-up before he has to throw 140 yards, and it would give them some completions and open up the rest of the offense. That way Marshall can't just key on the running game of Monett.
Tonight's Keys to Victory brought to you by Buchanan Funeral Home in Monett. Over the years, they have been there to help families no matter the time or the day. Reach out to Buchanan Funeral Home in Monett in your time of need. It's the Cubs and the Blue Jays live from Marshfield tonight. The Farm Bureau kickoff is just 29 minutes away. When we return, Ryan and I will take a look back at Week 3 in the Big 8, and we'll also discuss tonight's slate of conference games. Stay tuned for more of the Big Baldy's pregame show after this timeout. You're listening to Monett Cubs football on KKBL, part of the Talon Sports Network. Welcome back to Marshfield. A big thank you to Buchanan Funeral Home for bringing us tonight's Keys to Victory. Since 1950, Buchanan has assisted families honor the lives of their loved ones. We owe you a station identification. Just a reminder that you are listening to Monett Cubs on KKBL 95.9 FM in Monett, Missouri. Tonight's contest on Google Play or the Apple App Store is sponsored by Riley Snyder American Family Insurance, located at 811 Derry Street in Monett. Call 417-235-6034 to receive a free quote. The Talon Sports Network covers 3 area high school football teams each and every Friday night. The Monett Cubs right here on 95.9 FM. The Cassville Wildcats can be heard on 97.7 FM. And the Aurora Hound Dogs are on AM 940. Be sure to catch Big 8 Conference football on the Talon Sports Network every week of the 2022 season. Well, Ryan, a beautiful evening for football. A little bit of clouds have rolled in here as the evening has progressed, but any rain or inclement weather appears to not be in the forecast, so it should be a great night for football.
You say there's going to be no rain, but with our luck this year, it can show up.
You know, we came in and we checked out the playing conditions, and tonight's field condition report brought to you by Hydro Extrusions, where it only takes 5% of the energy to make recycled aluminum into new. Come join the Hydro family for a rewarding career. We came in. Marshfield has a natural surface. They've resisted the urge to lay turf down. It's a Bermuda field, and early in the season, Bermuda fields are really beautiful.
Absolutely has a nice green tone to it, and it's really soft. It's not hard grass. It's a soft ground condition, and it's nice to play on, especially when you're taking those hits.
Now, some schools like to keep it mowed kind of low. Marshfield elects to let theirs be a little bit higher, especially outside the hash marks. It's very lush. As you said, a soft surface, and should play well tonight as long as the inclement weather does stay away. Now, you come back after the first or second hard freeze, this field looks totally different because Bermuda turns brown in the winter, but right now a beautiful field out here and a very nice facility here in Marshfield. Again, the field condition report brought to you by Hydro Extrusions in Monett. Taking a look back a week ago in the Big 8 Conference, Monett, of course, traveled to Lamar. The Tigers won at 49-0. Seneca and Cassville, a battle of unbeatens. Man, it was all Seneca, 42-7 in that one. Mount Vernon and Aurora playing a rivalry game, the Bell Bow. Mount Vernon started slowly but came on, won at 24-7. McDonald County and Rogersville, it was a 7-point contest. The Mustangs won at 21-14. It was all Nevada over East Newton, 68-0. Marshfield got their first win last week here at home against Hollister. It's 28-20, an 8-point victory for the Blue Jays. And then Reed Spring all over Springfield Catholic, 56-7. So coming in to this week, Mount Vernon leads the Big 8 East. They're 3-0. Reed Spring is 2-1. And then you have Hollister, Marshfield, and Rogersville all 1-2. Aurora and Springfield Catholic are 0-3. Lamar, Nevada, Seneca all perfect at 3-0 in the West, followed by Cassville and McDonald County 2-1. East Newton and Monett at 0-3. This week in the Big 8, some interesting matchups. The game here in Marshfield, the Cubs and the Blue Jays should be interesting. Monett comes in 0-3, Marshfield 1-2. Cassville travels to East Newton. The Wildcats 2-1. East Newton looking for their first victory. A pair of winless teams, Aurora at Springfield Catholic, so something's got to give there. One of those teams will come away with a victory tonight. Lamar and Seneca. Lamar travels down to Earl D. Campbell Stadium in Seneca. Both of those teams are 3-0, so something's going to have to give there because one of those teams will pick up their first loss tonight. Nevada at McDonald County is going to be a good game, you would think. Nevada 3-0, McDonald County 2-1. Reed Spring at Hollister, that's turned into a local rivalry game. Reed Spring's 2-1, Hollister 1-2, and then Rogersville's at Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon trying to go to 4-0. So when you take a look at the Big 8 this week, Ryan, there are a lot of very good matchups tonight.
Absolutely, and I think all eyes are going to be at Lamar at Seneca with those two undefeateds going at it, trying to battle for the Big 8 West top.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Obviously, we saw Lamar a week ago, and you made a very interesting statement. You said it's important for the Cubs to make sure that loss doesn't turn into 2 losses. Do you want to explain that?
Absolutely. You know, you go through a loss like that and it kind of demoralize a team and kill the whole morale that they have going. You don't want to just sit around and be sad about the last week. You could think about it that night, and then Sunday, and especially Monday, you got to flip the script, go on. You know, you're in a new week now. You're in a new game. That game's gone behind. You can't fix it anymore. So now you need to focus on this game. A lot of times you can see teams do that where they lose a heartbreaker, a big game like that, and they're still not back the next week, and it costs them another game.
And one thing's for sure, not everybody's Lamar. I mean, Lamar is obviously a very special team, and tonight, as you said, uh, the Cubs, they need to flush it, and they need to start fresh here and come out with the idea that they're going to pick up their first win of the season against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, notoriously, they like to throw the ball. They like to, and they have a big, strong quarterback. I think they're going to throw it around a little bit tonight.
Absolutely, that's what Marshfield's been known to do, especially over the past couple of years, is they want to air the ball out and they want to get their playmakers in space and let them be able to make plays, which is one thing that shocks me with their high grass. A lot of teams that you see try and go fast like that, they like to have the shorter grass to give their wide receivers and running backs better running surface to go on, whereas the tall grass can slow you down. But if you're used to that, and the other team's not, kind of gives you a little bit of advantage.
I guess so, and we saw them in warm-ups, and you could tell that they prefer the spread type offense, and we'll see if that's what they go with here tonight. They're coming off a victory against Hollister earlier in the year. However, some interesting scores here. They opened at home against Lamar and lost 48-0, and a very similar score to the Cubs. And then they traveled to McDonald County and lost 35-13 before beating Hollister 28-20. Next week they'll travel to Reed Springs and then host Aurora. But tonight, an opportunity for the Blue Jays to get even at 2-2. The Cubs with an opportunity to get their first win. Monett comes in only scoring 2 points per game. Obviously, the offense needs to get cranked up.
Absolutely, and hopefully they can, maybe change it up a little bit this game, try and do something that Marshfield hasn't seen before. And Coach Lewis has probably drawn some stuff up now that he's looked at film. You're in week 4 now. Now you're really going to get into. You're going to see what teams really are now. They've seen what they go through for 3 games now. They've made adjustments. They know who they are. They know what their identity is. Monett's still trying to figure that out on offense, which maybe they can put together tonight, and they really need to. It's going to be pivotal for them to be able to move the ball, and not just move the ball, 2020 like you said, but be able to get it into the end zone.
And you know what? They have a chance tonight. They're going up against a defense that has given up 34.3 points per game. So, they ran into a buzzsaw. Like I said earlier, they ran into a buzzsaw with Lamar, but Marshfield's a team that has given up some points. So the Cubs have an opportunity to get the offense going.
Absolutely, and they're probably going to try and get Pointer in space along with Jake Hoy, and then allow their playmakers to make plays for them tonight and get some points on the board.
The last time these two teams matched up, it was back in 2019. Monett won that game here at Marshfield 49-20, talking about scoring some points. The year before, in 2018, Marshfield won at Burrow Fowler 31-23. We're going to slip away here from some of our outstanding sponsors. We'll be back with more of the pregame show after this quick timeout. You are listening to Monett Cub Football on KKBL, part of the Talon Sports Network. Marshfield Blue Jay High School Band. The national anthem brought to you by VFW Post 4207 in Monett. Some gave all, and all gave some. No one does more for veterans, VFW Post 4207. The score of any contest is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and fans may leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how you will be remembered. Be sure to choose good sportsmanship. This message was brought to you by Access Family Care, with locations in Aurora, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Neosho, and in Joplin. The Talon Sports Network sponsors a number of great giveaways throughout the football season. Later this evening, we will present a lucky listener with one of these prizes. Be sure to stay tuned and be ready to call in when you hear tonight's special catchphrase. About 12 and a half minutes away from tonight's opening kickoff, Cubs kickoff, sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Metlock. He's for Missouri, and he's for the Monett Cubs and all the farmers and families in Cubs Nation. Call 417-236-0422 to speak to Farm Bureau agent Lance Metlock. Again, Ryan, a perfect night for football. Temperatures probably in the low 80s, probably maybe dropping to the upper 70s. Not a whole lot of wind either, so it should not affect any of the game tonight. As a player now, you're into week 4. You're pretty well acclimated to any temperatures. You should be in good spot. Can you think back to the grind of going into weeks 3, 4, and 5?
Yeah, at that point, you've got the early season jitters kind of over. You're still nervous for games, but you kind of know what you have, and you're kind of in a routine now, and you know what to expect. And Cubs come into their 3rd road game, so it's not something they're not used to at this point, and they've been preparing all week. And at this point, you're ready to get your first win, especially when you haven't. You want to win, and you want to get that monkey off your back.
You hear this fight song. Now you know this one. That's Notre Dame.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, that's Notre Dame.
Very
right there.
Popular.
Now last week we heard on Wisconsin. Now
college fight songs have been out the past couple of weeks.
There you go. Monett, as you said, their 3rd road game already. They have been road warriors. They opened at Reed Springs. They hosted Mount Vernon on 2 separate nights, a Thursday and a Saturday. Then a game at Lamar, and then tonight at Marshfield. They'll return home next week, play at Burrow Fowler against a really good Seneca team, and then back on the road to East Newton, and then at home against McDonald County, and then at Nevada. It's not getting a whole lot easier.
No, they kind of got a tough schedule this year, especially their road games.
Yeah, the road games at Reed Spring, who's state ranked right now, at Lamar, who's Lamar, here at Marshfield, and then at East Newton, and then at Nevada, and then they finish their season at home against Cassville. Here come the Blue Jays onto the field, dressed in all black tonight. They're in all black. You mentioned that it's blackout night. They were passing out black T-shirts to fans tonight. But Marshfield in black uniforms and blue numerals. So we'll really be put to the test tonight to call the numbers correctly. And Monett coming onto the field, they're in their traveling white jerseys with yellow numerals, and then the yellow pants. And again, that'll be a challenge too. So we'll do the best that we can. We're just minutes away, and we need to really take a look at the starting lineups, or some of the key members of the starting lineups tonight. They're brought to you by Eric Norris, State Farm Agency, commercial, auto, home, and life. They covered all with no mayhem. Like a good neighbor, Eric Norris State Farm is there. So when we take a look at the starting lineup for the Monett Cubs, their quarterback throughout the first 3 weeks has been a 5'10", 185-pound senior, Davin Madrid. Their running back, Josh Harvey. We'll also see Jake Hoyt in there as well. Josh Harvey is a 6 foot, 210-pound senior. Wingbacks, Marcus Young and Connor Pointer. Young at 6'1", 165. Pointer 6 foot, 185. The wide receivers, Meeks and Hildebrand. Meeks at 6'6", 185. Hildebrand at 5'9", 165. And across the front, Tickner, Snodgrass, Smith, Lanning, and Thompson. On defense for the Cubs, up front, you have Hinojosa, Reed, and Tickner. The linebackers are Meeks with Nell, who, by the way, Ryan is playing very good defense, one of the leading tacklers on the Cub defense. Diego Baden and Pointer are the linebackers, and in the defensive backfield, Chavez, Hoyt, Young, and Evan Witt. Again, starting lineups brought to you by the Eric Norris State Farm Agency, commercial, auto, home, and life. They cover it all. With no mayhem, like a good neighbor, Eric Norris State Farm is there. Well, you know, coming off the tough game a week ago, the Cubs, they need to start strong. That's one of the keys that you talked about, getting off to a good start. And, you know, maybe it might be best for their defense to be on the field first.
Absolutely. We've seen the first 3 weeks that they've been out, they have not been able to get a good start, as Lamar scored on the very first play of scrimmage, and then Mount Vernon on their first drive went down. They scored, and then Reed Springs scored on their first drive against the Cubs. So that first drive is going to be really critical for Monett, not giving up an early touchdown, putting themselves behind just like that.
I tell you, so much of this game is confidence and momentum, you know. And I thought really that Monett down at Reed Spring did a good job stemming the tide after giving up that first touchdown.
Absolutely.
You know?
After they gave that first touchdown, the rest of the half was pretty equal, as we saw, and even the rest of that game, Reed Springs won the turnover battle, and it gave them a short field, and they were able to get 2 more scores on. But if you look at the stat sheet and the yardage, it was pretty close, and the momentum was pretty close besides short spurt where Reed Springs really took control.
And then against Mount Vernon, you know, Mount Vernon scored early, and then the Cubs hung with them, and really was within a play or two of winning that game.
And there was times of that game where Monett had all the momentum going for them. That second night that it was on, they had a lot of the momentum early on in that part of the game.
Tonight, it's all about getting that early score and getting that momentum. We'll see if the Cubs can do it here at Marshfield. We're going to slip away, be back with tonight's opening kickoff after this timeout. Welcome back to the Big Baldy's Backwoods Barbecue pregame show. If you're out and about and heading home for the evening, stop by Big Baldy's and fuel up on great barbecue or a loaded baked potato. Big Baldy's Barbecue, just off Highway 60 in Monett. We're just moments away from tonight's coin toss. The coin toss brought to you by Clark Community Mental Health Center with offices in Dade, Berry, and Lawrence counties. The Clark Center improves lives and communities through compassion and care. Go to www.clarkmentalhealth.com. Again, that's www.clarkmentalhealth.com to find the phone number for services in your area. Tonight's first quarter will be brought to you by Friendly Tire and Monett. From large to small, they service them all. Field service is also available. Stop by Friendly Tire or call 417-235-6777. Captain's coming to the midfield. For those of you listening on the radio, a big black M that goes from the 44 to the 44 in the middle of the field with a blue J. Painted it on it as well on the Bermuda grass. A nice sized crowd filtering in here at Marshfield. And a nice contingency coming up from Monett as well.
Long trip from Monett.
It has been, and we still have one to Nevada.
Oh, it's not that long of a trip for me. It might be for you.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, you're coming from the west.
I'm coming from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, it's a long trip for the rest of us. And then a trip to East Newton as well. That one won't be too bad.
You kind of get the short end of the stick when they play those Western Conference games when you live in Republic and have to drive all the way down.
Yeah, it's a pretty long trip, but that's okay. I love coming out and seeing the Cubs play. Hopefully, I'll be able to bring everyone a victory tonight here at Marshfield. As we said, the Blue Jays dressed in their black uniforms, black pants, blue numerals, the Cubs in white jerseys and yellow pants. The jerseys adorned with yellow numerals. The officials discussing ground rules with the captains, and coin toss will take place momentarily, and we're just minutes away from tonight's opening kickoff. Again, kickoff sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Metlock. Cubs are going to defer, so that means the Cubs will have defense on the field first tonight, you would think. And the Cubs will defend the goal to our right. I don't believe this field runs east, west, north, south. I think it's kind of off kilter ever so slightly, so I won't say north or south tonight. The Cubs will be going right to left as we look on. The Blue Jays left to right on your radio dial. And the Cubs will be kicking it away. Chavez will tee it up at the 40 and let it go here in just a minute. A reminder that Monett Cubs touchdowns, and hopefully we'll have several of those tonight, they're brought to you by the law offices of Randall, Mastery, and Randall, your hometown professional law office specializing in estate and real estate law. Count on them for professional results. Call 417-235-8688. Extra points, field goals, they're brought to you by Home Shield Pest Control, providing a safe defense from pests in your home or business. Home Shield Pest Control is your quality, affordable pest service provider. Call 417-772-4177. Glad to have you with us here from Marshfield. The Blue Jays and the Cubs just seconds away. Both teams onto the field. Chavez teeing it up at the 40. Two Blue Jays back deep. Standing at their own 10-yard line. Chavez waiting for the ready-to-play signal. But we're waiting for the scoreboard. And there it is. They have a very nice diamond vision up here at Marshfield. 12 minutes set on the clock. And Chavez approaches the ball. The kick, a high end-over-end kick that comes down at the 8-yard line. The return set up toward the near sideline to the 15, 20, 25, 30. Down the sideline he goes to midfield and beyond. And a saving tackle back inside the Cub 40-yard line.
And it's the kicker, number 14, Eric Chavez, finally getting him out of bounds there. Saved the touchdown for Monett. Could have been a very horrible start.
But here, now the Blue Jays in great field position as they'll have it 1st and 10 at the Cub 33.
And that's something we talked about early on in our keys to victory is the field position battle.
Here come the Blue Jays out with 5 receivers, 2 to the left and 3 to the near sideline. Their quarterback is Bryant Bull. He'll wear number 11. Bull out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to run it himself to the near side to the 30 and then scampers out of bounds near the 27.
And he's pushed out of bounds by number 44, Isaiah Meeks.
Bull picks up 5 yards on the carry. Down to the 28 as they'll mark him out there. Kind of a RPO look there. Bull now with 2 backs beside him, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. 3 receivers in this formation. Bull takes the snap, and he'll give to his tailback who's hit in the backfield and is knocked down. That was Davion Harris. Harris will go down for a loss of a yard.
And he was swallowed up by number 62, Fernando Hinojosa. Initially hit by Ryan with number 26. Bounced off of him, and Fernando Hinojosa was right there to bring him down.
And those one of those tackles for loss that we talked about. Some negative plays. That defense needs to force some of those. 3rd down and 6 from the 29. Bull will work out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass, has time, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down.
Number 12, Jake Hoyt on the coverage there. And they had a bad start on the kickoff, but the defense really came out and shut it down quick, which was huge for Monett.
Need to come up with one more big play here early because the Blue Jays keep their offense on the field. 4th down and 6.
Well, this is one of those spots in the fields where you can't really kick a field goal unless you have a really good kicker. And it's
they had a strong-legged kicker.
Punt.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 6. Out of the shotgun. Bull will roll left, has time, throws left, but misses his man. It's incomplete, and the Cubs will take over.
22, Connor Pointer staying tight there with the receiver. Made it very difficult to catch the football, and Monett will take over on downs.
How about that? A big return on the opening kickoff, but the Cubs defense comes up big. They give up 4 yards, and they'll take over on downs. 1st and 10 from their own 29.
And that's what you like to see as a defense coordinator is, you gave up a bad field position on the opening kickoff, but your defense comes right out and shuts it down and gets the ball back for your offense.
Here come the Cubs on their initial drive, 1st and 10 from the 29. They come out with 2 receivers to the near side. Motion now. Young in the backfield. Movement up front. The nose guard, the nose tackle, jumped. We'll see if he was drawn off by an offensive lineman. It's going to be encroachment against the defense, so 5-yard penalty on the Blue Jays.
And that's not going to make the Marshall defense coordinator very happy, especially someone. He'll come back to the sideline. His defense coordinator is going to say, son, you're right in front of the ball.
Yeah, he's, maybe 12 inches from the ball, maybe? Yeah, he should be able to see if it's been snapped or not. 1st and 5 now for the Cubs. They'll have it at the 34. Again, 2 receivers in the near side. Motion will take place. Young will now set in the backfield. Madrid under center, takes the snap. Back to pass on 1st down, throws to the near sideline, and it is incomplete at the Blue Jay 30.
Number 11, Bryant Bull in there for the coverage for the Blue Jays. He had nice tight coverage there, not allowing the receiver to make a catch.
Well, we talked about the Cubs opening up the playbook a little bit, so they took a deep shot on 1st down. Now they face 2nd down and 5.
And that's a look we haven't seen from Monett all year there with Young in the backfield there, and they throw backside.
Cubs come out with a wing back to the near side, 2 receivers to the near side as well. Young in motion. Madrid will run the option to Young, and Young is stuck at the 35 and driven out of bounds there. He'll pick up a couple of yards.
That's number 11, Brian Bull, in there again for another tackle for the Blue Jays.
That's a gain of 2 for Marcus Young. And it will bring up 3rd down and 3. The ball resting at the Cub 36-yard line. They need to get it to the 39 to pick up a first down. Similar look here for the Cubs. Madrid will work under center. And he'll give on a dive up the middle it goes.
He's very close to the marker.
I think he's going to get it. I think good hard run there by Harvey, and he'll pick up the first down.
Number 30, Jackson Dillon there for the stop.
That first down, sponsored by Monett Sonic Drive-In. Come in after the game for a burger, tots, and an ice-cold cherry limeade. 1st and 10 for the Cubs after a 4-yard pickup. They'll come out with 2 receivers split wide to the far side. Madrid under center takes the snap, running the option. He keeps it himself and is able to plow out across the 45 to the 46. That's a gain of 6 yards.
Number 30, Jackson Dillon there for another tackle for the Blue Jays. Monett offense doing a good job moving the ball.
Got to keep it going. Pick up those 5 and 6. See, 2nd and 4, very manageable. You got a couple of downs here to pick up a first down. You know, they got to stay ahead of the sticks, that's for sure.
They had been getting behind the sticks in these past 3 games.
Madrid brings motion from right to left, takes the snap, he'll run the option, pitches to Pointer with room. He'll have the first down and a little bit more as he gets it into Blue Jay territory.
Number 4, Travis Greenfield in there for the stop for the Blue Jays on the outside. And they don't need to hit a home run play every time like you were just saying. Just getting first downs and moving down the field and then punching it in when they get down there.
Absolutely. They're a gain of 7 and a first down. Sponsored by Monett Sonic Drive-In, home of the Cubs half-price happy hour every day from 2 to 4 p.m. 1st and 10, Cubs from the 47. Madrid will pitch it late, and the Cubs got something going here. A nice pickup on first down as Young able to get it down to the Blue Jay 43 for a gain of 4.
53, Jagger Robinson there for the stop for the Blue Jays.
Positive plays. That's what the Cubs need. Well, as you said, they don't have to hit a home run every time. They picked up 4. They face 2nd down and 6. The clock rolls with 8:50 left here in the first quarter. Just underway from Marshfield in a 0-0 game. Davin Madrid looks over the defense. 3 down linemen in front of him. He'll give up front to Harvey, and Harvey, between the tackles he goes, close to another first down. He needed 6. He picks up 7.
Number 53, Jagger Robinson in there again for the Blue Jays, bringing him down, but not before Harvey was able to pick up a first down.
And that first down brought to you by Sonic Drive-In, your first stop after tonight's game. America's Drive-In for more than 60 years. That's Sonic. 1st and 10 Cubs from the Blue Jay 36-yard line. Madrid will run the option, hitting the backfield, but drags a tackler inside the 35, close to the 32 for a gain of nearly 4 yards.
Number 34, Tate Bowles in there to bring him down.
Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Ball resting between the hash marks at the 32.
Monett's also doing a lot more. They're changing their formation more than they have in the past couple of games. They're not doing those 2 traditional wing backs.
Young in motion. He'll set in the backfield. Madrid on a long count takes the snap. He loses the ball up front. A fumble on the play, and I believe the Blue Jays have it.
Recovered by number 53, Jagger Robinson. What was going to be a good drive for Monett after a turnover, Blue Jays will take over.
Yeah, a very promising start there on this drive for the Cubs. They picked up 3 first downs, but the turnover gives it back to the Blue Jays. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Blue Jays come out with 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the near sideline as well. Bull takes the snap. He'll pitch near side. Cubs with pursuit there and a big hit behind the line of scrimmage as they knock down Harris for a loss.
Number 26, Ryan Withnow, got in there first and was able to hold on to his legs. And number 12, Jake Hoyt, came there to clean it up.
Yeah, big hit there, a loss of a yard. Harris has carried it twice. He's lost a yard on each carry. 2nd down and 11. Bull working out of the shotgun, works on a long count, now looks to the sideline to get a play call in. Bull back to pass, looks right, now throws right, has a man on the near sideline for a gain of about 10.
Number 12, Jake Hoyt, did a nice job securing that tackle there. It could have been a really big play.
That pass caught by Tyler Young for a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd down and 1 from the Blue Jay 43. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the near side. Quarterback Bull out of the shotgun, takes the snap, and he'll run it himself. He'll have the 1st down across the 45.
Number 6, Josh Harvey, in there to bring him down.
A gain of 6 on the play. And the Blue Jays have their initial 1st down of the game. 5:45 left here in a scoreless first quarter. The Blue Jays with it for the 2nd time. 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the near side. Bull, the quarterback, takes the snap, and he will run it himself going to the left. Makes 1 man miss and then is gang tackled after a short gain.
He's brought down by number 22, Connor Pointer, and number 11, Marcus Young on the outside.
Bull now with 3 carries for 13 yards after he picked up 2 on that attempt. A reminder that the first quarter brought to you by Friendly Tire. No need to worry about your car's health, a flat tire, or being stuck in the field with Friendly Tire at your service. 2nd down and 8 from the Cub 49. Jet sweep running near side. Cubs pursuit there, a big hit, and it'll be a loss on the play of a yard.
Number 12, Jake Hoyt, had a nice pursuit on that one. He was able to get downhill quick to bring him down for a short gain.
Loss of a yard as it comes out.
There, yeah.
And that was Gritz, Marcus Gritz, that carried it. And he'll lose a yard, bringing up 3rd down and 9. Big play here for the Cubs defense. If they can get a stop here, they'll get it back to their offense. On 3rd and long, Bull will work out of the shotgun, takes the snap, drops straight back, and now a whistle.
That'll be a false start on the Blue Jays.
And you are correct.
Looked like the rest of the offensive line moved just a little bit before the center did.
So someone forgot the snap count just a little bit. Loss of 5, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 14. So a chance here for the Cubs to come up big on defense. Clock rolling inside, 4 minutes left here in a scoreless first quarter. 3 receivers to the near sideline this time. 1 man out wide to the far side. Bull back to pass. He's flushed from the pocket. He's hit, and down he goes.
Number 44, Isaiah Meeks, and number 22, Connor Pointer there to bring him down for the sack. That's a huge stop for Monett there to get their offense back on the field.
Yes, and a sack is a big play for this defense. They've not got to the quarterback much this year. Tonight they're putting pressure on the quarterback. That a loss of 6, and it brings up 4th down and very long. 4th and 22.
Like their quarterback is also their punter.
Rugby-style kick and a beauty that goes over the head of the return man, and he better get away from that. This ball's going to roll inside the 10 down to the 5. Well, let's see. That's a 57-yard punt. Beautiful effort. 57-yard punt, no return. And he definitely flipped the field there, Ryan.
Absolutely, he did. And one thing you have to be worried about with him as their punter is he's also their quarterback. You have to be worried he might throw the ball or run with his athletic ability.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Back with more first quarter action after this timeout. So far, so good.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, it makes it easier to broadcast when it's a better day.
It says turn the lights on.
Benji Finsky and Ryan McCullough back with you from Marshfield. 3:04 left here in the first quarter. No score. The Cubs with it for the second time. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line. Madrid under center will run the option. Pitches late. Running room to the 10, to the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and out near midfield, a big run.
And he's finally pushed out of bounds by number 7, Braden Hicks. That's a huge run for Monett, especially to flip the field position. They were pinned deep in their own territory, and now they're in the positive field.
And that was Connor.
Connor Pointer, yes.
Pointer with a big run from the 5 all the way out to the 45, so a gain of 40. And another first down brought to you by Sonic Drive-In in Monett. Yeah, that was perfect timing. I mean, absolutely perfect. Madrid held the ball to the last second, and then he hit Pointer, who was in full stride, and he picked up 40 yards.
Madrid made the defense really commit to him before he pitched the ball out.
Another option now to the near side. It's Young, and he has running room to midfield and beyond to the Blue Jay 40, 35, 30, and down near the 25-yard line, all the way down to the 20.
And he's pushed out of bounds by number 7, Braden Hicks, and number 53, Jagger Robinson. Monett now in the red zone here. They moved to the 20, and now they need to punch it in like we talked about pregame.
In 2 plays.
2 plays. They flipped the field position completely.
That was a gain of 35 right there. The ball all the way down to the 20 as Young was able to get an extra couple of yards at the end of that play. So Monett with it. 1st and 10 from the Blue Jay 20. Madrid will work under center. He gives on a dive play, and that is Harvey running hard inside the 10 down near the 7-yard line. Another Cub first down.
He was dragging number 53, Jagger Robinson, eventually brought down by number 11, Bryant Blewell, who came in to clean it up.
That first down brought to you by Monett Sonic Drive-In. Come in after the game tonight for a burger, tots, and an ice cold cherry limeade.
That was a big, tough run there by Harvey.
Really was. Now 7 yards from pay dirt. 1st and goal for the Cubs. Madrid looks over the defense. Works on a long count. Takes the snap. And he'll pitch it late. And the Blue Jays there to come up with a big play. There'll be a loss on the play.
Number 11, Brian Buell, read the play perfectly and was able to get Marcus Young down.
Young running to the near sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 9. So a loss of 2 on the play. And now the Cubs face second and goal from the 9.
Harvey coming back in the game now.
Clock rolls with 1.5 left here in the first quarter. Cubs looking to get on top. Madrid under center. Takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. Breaks a tackle and then stood up after a short gain. He's able to get it down to the 8-yard line for a gain of 1.
Number 50, Mason Mellenton in there to bring him down. And this will be a critical third down for Monett, trying to punch the ball in the end zone here.
Madrid now 9 yards on 4 carries. Cubs face third down and goal.
Cubs bring Jake Hoyt back in the game.
From the 7, he actually picked up 2 yards on that play. Third and goal from the 7-yard line. Madrid under center, takes the snap, back to pass, has time, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Meeks was his intended receiver, and he was kind of stood up there in the end zone. The incompletion will bring up fourth down.
Number 9, Marcus Blackstock in there for the tight coverage for Marshfield, not allowing Meeks to get open.
Eric Chavez in now to attempt the field goal, and this field goal attempt brought to you by Home Shield Pest Control, providing a safe defense from pests in your home or business. Ball will be put down at the 14, and now a flag comes out. I bet he'll wave this off. There's a timeout on the field. Timeout called by the Cubs. A reminder that timeouts brought to you by Simrise Isanova. Simrise Isanova is now hiring. For more information about employment opportunities, go online to isanovatech.com and click on the Careers tab. Well, it's important here for the Cubs to finish with some points.
Absolutely. You at least want to get the field goal here to have 3 on the board to show for the drive that you just went on. They had big plays that got them down to this point, and you don't want to lose that momentum here if you miss a field goal or Marshall gets stopped.
Yeah, keep in mind that just moments ago the Cubs had it 1st and 10 at their own 5, and they've moved it all the way down to the Blue Jays 7. Now it's 4th and goal, and the Cubs will keep the field goal unit on.
That left hash can sometimes be difficult for right-footed punters because of how they pull the football. Sometimes it delivers a more difficult kick to it.
Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It's high enough, it's long enough, and for the first time this season, the Cubs are on top. It is good. 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Eric Chavez puts the Cubs on top. It is 3-0 Monett, and that field goal brought to you by Home Shield Pest Control, providing a safe defense from pests in your home or business. Home Shield Pest Control is your quality, affordable pest service provider. Call 417-772-4177. Cubs kickoff sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Matlock. He's from Missouri, and he's for the Monett Cubs and all the farmers and families out in Cubs Nation. Call 417-236-0422 to speak to Farm Bureau agent Lance Matlock. Okay, now that was a drive.
Absolutely, and they can continue drives like that, they're going to get one into the end zone.
Absolutely, and, you know, they had a negative play on 1st and goal. They weren't able to punch it in, but Chavez put them on the board, and that looks good on the scoreboard. Monett with points, Monett on top. Yeah, it might be a good idea just to open that up now. And now the Cubs will kick it away for the second time here in the first quarter. Chavez has it teed up at the 40. And the kickoff is short, high end over end, that comes down at the 35. And a short return there for the Blue Jays as they take it back for 4 yards. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 39.
He was brought down by number 26, Ryan Whitnell, in there for the stop.
That was an unusual looking kick. I don't know if they intended to do that.
I think they did with how high it was. As you're a Marshall and that ball's just sitting in the air, it gives that kickoff team time to run down and deliver a hit, and you can cause a fumble or the ball's bouncing on the ground. It's a live ball.
Yeah, as the Chiefs proved last night, they almost botched the onside kick at the end of the game against the Chargers. If you were watching. I don't know if you were watching.
Absolutely.
1st and 10, Blue Jays. With 3 receivers in the formation. Bull out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. He'll give on a dive play, and the Cubs defense ready for the tailback after a short gain.
'62, Fernando Hinojosa all over that one.
Gain of only a yard out to the 41. Bring up 2nd down and 9, and I don't know if the Blue Jays will get another snap off here in the first quarter or not.
A 2 running back look in here from Marshfield.
And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. A reminder that the first quarter was brought to you by Friendly Tire. No need to worry about your car's health, a flat tire, or being stuck in the field with Friendly Tire at your service. Call 417-235-6777. 3-0 our score after 1. We'll be back with second quarter action after this timeout. To carefully protect your dreams. Save up to 23% by combining your auto and home policies. Call Riley Snyder at 417-235-6034 to receive a free quote. We move into the second quarter. The Cubs lead at 3-0. Blue Jays face 2nd down and 9. Bull out of the shotgun, looks left, throws left, and it's through the hands of his intended receiver, incomplete.
Number 14, Eric Chavez, was in the coverage. Bringing up a 3rd and long here for the Blue Jays. Could be a huge stop for Monett to get the ball back to their offense with them already in the lead.
Bryant Bull now 1 of 4 passing for 10 yards. They face 3rd down and 9 after that incompletion. Bull back to pass, looks left, still with it, throws deep over the middle, has a man, and a good catch and a big gainer.
Number 11, Marcus Young, on coverage there for Monett.
That was caught by Young for the Blue Jays from the 41. That's 9, 19, 29 plus 4, a 33-yard gain and a 1st down.
Nice throw there by Bull.
Yeah, right on target. Here's a handoff on 1st down, and the Cubs throw the tailback down for a loss on the play.
And he's swallowed up there by the big Porter Reed on the defensive line for Monett.
Going to be a loss of a couple on the play.
He had been having a harder time throwing the ball because of how the Monett had been getting their pass rush to him very quickly. There, he had a little bit more time to throw the ball, and he delivered a very impressive pass downfield.
2nd down and 12 upcoming from the Cub 28-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Bull gets the snap. He'll scramble to the near side under pressure, throws late, has a man wide open, touchdown. Touchdown Blue Jays, Marcus Gritz from, how far out was that? 29, I believe.
It looks about right.
27 maybe, I believe it was 27.
Looked like blown coverage there from Monett as the wide receiver is wide open. Point after is up, and it is good.
Good. 11:01 left here in the second quarter. Marshfield 7, Monett 3. We'll be back with more action after this timeout. From days that they score from what we believe was 27 yards. It was in that ballpark, 27, 28 yards. A good couple strong passes from their quarterback, Bull, as he hit Young for a gain of 33 and then Gritz for the touchdown. And the Cubs lead short-lived as they now trail 7-3.
And what looked like it was about to be a big stop for Monett turned into a huge play for Marshfield.
Blue Jays have it teed up at the 40. The kick in the air is a high spinning kick that hits at about the 20 and is finally fielded very nonchalantly by Young, and he is swarmed up. He was just way too nonchalant on that play.
You can't let a ball bounce like that on the ground, and then you have to get it quickly when you do. And there is two flags come in late. Could be looking at a personal foul.
That ball hit at the 20, and then Young went back to get it at about the 15, and he one-handed it.
If he wouldn't have one-handed there, Marshall would have recovered it.
Oh, absolutely. But ball protection comes to mind. And like I said, he was very nonchalant about turning upfield, and when he did, he was greeted rudely.
Looked like two players were kind of getting into it after the play.
Well, we'll see what the call is here. As you said, two flags, one at the 25. It's a personal foul against the Cubs. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal. Take them back to the 7, so that's a 7-yard penalty on the Cubs.
Looked like Chavez knocked someone down and then stood over them after the play was over.
It's about maintaining composure too, and those penalties, man, they're tough to overcome. Now the Cubs back inside their own 10 again. They start at their own 7.
And it looks like a false start here from Monett. Field position and penalties.
Yep, you talked about them early on. The line of scrimmage was the 7, so this will be about a 4-yard penalty. Should be half the distance. So we'll call it a 4-yard penalty. Now the Cubs will have it 1st and 14. Ball at their own 3. Madrid takes the snap, gives up the middle. That's Hoyt, I believe. Jake Hoyt with his first carry out across the 10. A nice run there by Jake. I believe it was. Yeah,
number
it was.
61, Tate Crawford in there to bring him down. Yeah, that was number 12, Jake Hoyt. Harvey checks into the game now.
It's out to the 12, so that's a gain of 9 for Jake on his first carry. Cubs face 2nd down and a long 5, we'll call it.
They needed that play.
Really, they did. They need another one right here. Here's an option play, late pitch, running room on the left side, 1st down and more for the Cubs out near the 30.
Number 7, Braden Hicks in there to bring him down.
Is that Pointer?
I believe that was Young.
That was Young. You are correct. Young from the 12 out to the 27, a gain of 15.
And you have to think if they would have started closer to even the 15 or the 20, they're all in the midfield now.
Yeah.
If they didn't get those penalties.
Exactly. That first down brought to you by Sonic Drive-In and Monett. Cubs now with 8 first downs in the contest. Two receivers split to the near side. Madrid under center. He'll run the option left side, pitches it late, and the Cubs with another positive play out across the 30-yard line.
Number 4, Travis Greenfield in there for the tackle.
Believe that was Young again. So he picks up 5. Boy, I tell you, when the Cubs are on that far hash mark and they run a play to the far sideline, it is
Very
so hard.
To see. On both sides, hard to see the numbers there for the dark.
Dark on dark and light on light. Here comes an option play, a pitch to the tailback, the wing back. Good defensive pursuit that time as Pointer goes down after a short gain of 2.
Like you said, great defensive pursuit there by Bryant Buell and Jagger Robinson in there to bring him down.
Clock rolls with 9:20 left here in the second quarter. Marshfield leads 7-3. The Cubs started this drive deep in their own territory. They have it now 3rd down and 3 from their own 34-yard line. Ball on the ground again. I believe the Cubs got it back, but Madrid will lose some yardage here and bring up 4th down. Actually, no gain on the play.
And it looks like the punt team's going to come out for Monett.
Yeah, at their own 34-yard line. You'd like to try to go for it, but boy, that would be high risk in a tight ball game here.
And you'll have the right-handed but left-footed Jake Hoyt punting for the Cubs.
Line of scrimmage is the 34. Kick away is a nice punt over the head of the D-back, and it will take a Cub bounce inside the 30-yard line.
Down by number 14, Eric Chavez.
That is a 38-yard punt with no return, and the Blue Jays will take over, leading 7-3, and they will have it at their own 28-yard line. Reminder that the second quarter brought to you by American Family Insurance. Riley Snyder, the person to talk to there. Riley Snyder, American Family Insurance, located at 811 Derry Street in Monett. Call 235-6034 to get a free quote on your insurance needs. A reminder that you are listening to Monett Cub Football on KKBL 95.9 FM in Monett, Missouri. A big thank you to all of our sponsors tonight, including the second quarter sponsor, Riley Snyder, American Family Insurance. We're just minutes away from tonight's halftime. Again, halftime sponsor, RE/MAX. The team at RE/MAX Properties in Monett has the talent, intelligence, and teamwork to provide you with the utmost care and respect in these exciting times. A very interesting contest underway here at Marshfield. The Blue Jays lead it 7-3. It's been back and forth throughout the first half. Blue Jays have it now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Bull will work out of the shotgun, and he will give on a dive play, and the Cubs defense stout once again.
Number 22, Connor Pointer, getting in there quickly to bring him down to the ground for the tackle from Monett, along with Porter Reed.
That was Harris on the carry, and he's carried it 5 times tonight for -2. The Cubs have been all over him tonight.
Absolutely. The defense has done a great job scoring the ball. They had that one big play that really killed him, and then obviously the one they scored the touchdown on.
2nd down and 9. Bull out of the shotgun, back to pass, throws over the middle, has a man, and it should be enough for a 1st down, and it takes about 4 Cubs to bring him down.
Number 11, Marcus Young, the initial Cub there, and he was initially brought down by number 22, Connor Pointer.
Gain of 11 for Young. He's an impressive receiver. He's got 3 catches already for 54 yards.
Marshall doing a good job finding holes in the Cubs' defense to throw the ball.
And Young is not your prototypical wide receiver. He's kind of a stocky kid, but he's got some good hands.
Yes, he's a bigger wide receiver. Not necessarily tall, but broader.
a whistle before this play gets underway.
You'd imagine it'd be a false start.
You would think so. It is a procedure against the Blue Jays, their third penalty for 15 yards.
Penalties of both these teams have really started to play a factor. Monett getting theirs deep. Marshfield not necessarily as critical, but it also backs them up on first down here.
It did slow them down on one of their drives, however, and put them in a long yardage situation that led to a sack later in that drive. 1st and 15 from the 35. Bull will work out of the shotgun formation. He takes the snap. He'll roll to the right. He throws to the right. He has a man on the wing with running room and a saving tackle after a gain of about 20.
And that is right, a saving tackle by number 14, Eric Chavez there, bring him down in open field. He had a ton of green grass in front of him if he would have made Chavez miss.
Again, that was Gritz. Gain of 21. And a first down for the Blue Jays, their 5th. So Blue Jays starting to get their passing game on track. They have it at the Cub 44-yard line. Bull back to pass. He looks left, pump fakes, now goes deep down the sideline, but overshoots his intended receiver who had a step on the D-back. That was Hicks, but he was unable to come up with it.
Landon Brandt on the coverage there from Monett. Pressure brought by number 45, Diego Baden, number 62, Fernando Hinojosa.
Well, that's the key. You got to get pressure on that quarterback and make his life uncomfortable back there in the pocket.
Because even if he gets the ball off, you can make it less accurate and a lot harder of a catch for a receiver.
Blue Jays come out with a wide receiver split to the right, 3 to the near side. Bull will keep it himself, now throws late, and the pass is caught out there by Gritz, but he'll be short of the first down.
14, Eric Chavez on the tackle.
A gain of 7 on the play.
Brings up 3rd and short for the Blue Jays.
So there's been 6 completions tonight, 3 to Young and 3 to Gritz. Young will split wide to the right. Bull will work out of the shotgun formation. He takes the snap. He'll give on a dive play, and again, the Cubs defense is ready and waiting.
Number 12, Jake Hoy, and number 72, Austin Meisner, all over that one, getting him in the backfield, bringing up 4th down.
Harris knocked down for a loss of a yard. They'll bring up 4th down and 4 with 5.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. The Blue Jays will keep the offensive unit on the field here. But before this play is underway, there's a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here and remind you that timeouts are brought to you by Simrise Isanova. Simrise Isanova is now hiring. For more information about employment opportunities, go online to isanovatech.com. Again, that's isanovatech.com, and click on the Careers tab. A reminder that the Talon Sports Network has a number of great giveaways throughout the football season. Later tonight, we will present a lucky listener with one of these prizes. Make sure you stay tuned. Be prepared to call in when you hear tonight's special catchphrase. Well, big early play here.
Absolutely it is. Cubs need to get a stop. Blue Jays want to keep their momentum going to build on their lead.
They face 4th and 4. The ball resting at the Cub 38-yard line.
I'm going to imagine they're going to put the ball in Bull's hands and let him have a run-pass option.
I think you're probably right here. They've spread the Cub defense out here with 2 receivers wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Bull takes the snap. He'll roll to the right. He'll throw to the right, and he has his call. Really hunts the Cubs now. PAT upcoming. Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It is no good as it's short and wide right. So with 4:11 left second quarter, the score remains Marshfield 13, Monett 3. We'll be back with more second quarter action after the timeout. That was an interception.
It looked like he's going to pull him back. Defense. He must have counted the fighting.
I thought that was a bad call.
I agree.
Angie Finsky and Ryan McCullough back from Marshfield. The Blue Jays 13-3 with 4 left in the second quarter. The penalty on the touch now being marked off against the Cubs. So a 15-yard foul, face penalty, and Blue Jays kick off from the Cubs for 5. So kind of stolen right now on the Cubs. They led to nothing. Early quarter now down by 10.
This will be a critical drive to try and grab some momentum back to half. And they receive the ball in the second half. The score here would be big.
Kickoff is onside kick, and I believe Cubs were able to come up with it. Now, Blue Jays, they have it. Boy, and I was just about ready to say be wary of.
I was, because you're already way down there. Marshall, you don't have much to lose as they have the ball still.
I think it's going to be Cub ball.
And a flag on the play.
Yeah, well after the play. Somebody said something. It wasn't nice.
If it's a player that coach is not going to be happy.
Boy, you don't like to see it when officials get accustomed to throwing flags. And we've seen a number of flags here in the second quarter. I think this may go against the Blue Jays. The game has drastically ground to a halt here. As we await the official's signal here, there was a flag thrown. It was as clear as day. It's going to be dead ball, unsportsmanlike against the Cubs. No.
Marshall.
See, he's accustomed to pointing one direction. You got to be careful about that. It's going to go against Marshfield. It's against Marshfield, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty. This is not my first rodeo, Ryan. I know about this stuff. I'm telling you. Once they start throwing flags, sometimes you'll see them because they want to take control of the game. You know, especially with personal fouls and some unsportsmanlike conduct. But after they sorted all this out.
There's more than one personal foul on the play, and they're going to continue to go down the field.
Hey, this is going to turn out to be a great drive before the Cubs ever take a snap.
They called 2 unsportsmanlikes against the Blue Jays, and so it turns into a 30-yard penalty.
See, I'm telling you, that is spectacular. 30 yards of penalties, and the Cubs have it at the 35 of the Blue Jays. Here's Madrid. He takes a snap and goes right up the middle.
The whistle was blown before he was able to get the snap off. That one will come back.
Why? Was there a timeout on the field? Timeout. The Cubs didn't call timeout. Golly.
Whitehat,
get it together.
Mixed up right now. 2 plays in a row. Well, it wasn't even who got the penalty on. It was after, and they have 30 yards gone just like that.
And see what happened there. One of the Blue Jays were late getting onto the field.
Yeah.
And the coach he likes that quarterback sneak, and he picked up 6 or 7 yards.
Well, it was a defensive lineman, too, that was running on the field, so he probably saw his gap and just took off through it.
You know what? In high school football, basketball, baseball, something, you never know what's going to happen, but something most certainly does all the time. And this has been a bizarre turn of events here in the second quarter. Gain of 9 for Madrid. Down to the 11-yard line. Clock rolls, nearing 3 minutes left before intermission. 2 receivers wide to the left. Madrid under center, takes the snap, right up the middle he goes, inside the 5, driving close to the goal line, just short, but it'll be 1st and goal. Gain of 10 for Madrid, and that first down brought to you by Monett Sonic Drive-In, home of the Cubs half-price happy hour every day from 2 to 4.
Jackson Dillon there to bring him down. Madrid getting down to the 1-yard line here.
Keep it himself right here. We'll see if Madrid finishes this drive. He'll give to his tailback. Up the middle he goes. Touchdown!
He gave it to the big man there.
Harvey from 1 yard out.
That's a huge score for the Cubs.
A 1 yard plunge by Josh Harvey. And the Cubs draw to within 4. It's 13-9 with 2:42 left in the second quarter. Chavez on to attempt the PAT. Out of the hold of Young. Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It's high enough, it's long enough, and it is good. That Monett touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Randall, Mastery and Randall, your hometown professional law office specializing in estate and real estate law. Count on them for professional results. Call 417-235-8688. That successful extra point sponsored by Home Shield Pest Control, providing a safe defense from pests in your home or business. Home Shield Pest Control is your quality, affordable pest service provider. Call 417-772-4177. Cubs kickoff sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Matlock. He's for Missouri, and he's for the Monett Cubs and all the farmers and families out in Cubs Nation. Call 417-236-0422 to speak with Farm Bureau agent Lance Matlock. Well, that was a huge answer right there.
Absolutely, and when it looked like Marshfield, they were kicking off at the Cubs 45, it looked like it could be, pinning the Cubs deep. All of a sudden, you have 30 yards of penalties, and about a couple plays later, Monett's right there knocking on the door, and they punched this one in. And because of the missed extra point by Marshfield, it's just a 3-point game now.
Absolutely, 13-10, and the Cubs right back into it. Now their defense needs to get a stop. Here's a short kick that's going to come down, and one bounce fielded by the Blue Jays, and no return to speak of. The Blue Jays, who took the opening kickoff about 55 yards. The next 2 kickoffs have been short and great coverage.
Brought down by number 22, Connor Pointer on that one. Did a good job securing the tackle and not letting them get outside.
Well, there's 2:39 left here in the second quarter. By the way, second quarter brought to you by American Family Insurance. Be sure to call Riley Snyder for a free quote. Cubs need to clamp down here and keep it a 3-point game. Quarterback as Bryant sets his tailback. Now some confusion out there. Bull gets the snap. He'll roll to the right. Still with it. Looking to throw. Has a man. First down.
So very dangerous throw to make if you're a quarterback.
He did have to the far side. Empty backfield for the quarterback. Snap back. Bull looking to throw. Throws deep over the middle. Has a man. He catches it. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Look for a number of that receiver.
4.
All right, the reception by Travis Greenfield. Greenfield from 35. And a big throw and catch there. PAT on its way. It would be 60-yard field goals. And he wasn't making them all, but he was getting them there. Here's the kickoff. It's a short kick that comes down at the 23. Young returns it to the 25-30. Still on his 10.
Number 9, Marcus Blackstock there for the stop for the Blue Jays. And we haven't seen many short passes from the Cubs this year, and that'll be something that could take some pressure off their run game and allow them to get more open space.
Gain of 9 on the play. Clock is stopped with 54 seconds left. Madrid will.
Could attempt drawing him off sides.
Madrid takes the snap, and he'll keep it from the Cub 45. Still 25 seconds left before halftime.
That was number 11, Marcus Young.
Call 235-6034 to get a free quote. We're just seconds away tonight. Halftime brought to you by Remax. They remind you that talent wins games, but teamwork wins championships. The same can be said for buying or selling a home in today's market.
Young on the coverage.
And another first down inside the 20, down to the 17. Bull out of the shotgun will ground it.
With 14 seconds left in the half.
That reception was hauled in by Hicks. Hicks with a 27-yarder. Actually, we'll call it a 28-yarder. Second down and 10 with 14 seconds left. So the Blue Jays time here for at least 2 more plays. Back to pass the quarterback. Out of the shotgun, here's Bull. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Throws right side, the pass caught. And the Cubs defense there to knock the back out of bounds short of the goal.